We'll start things off with the French. Can they pull it off? Stevie, this is loaded. This squad is loaded.
Absolutely loaded. And I think I'm looking at Timothy Lepau and Mathieu Van Dam, actually, the grinders there. Big, powerful units in the front of the boat. And how the fitness of the athletes is going to be as we move into this final could be quite crucial, really. Contant and Manon, well, they have a great relationship tactically around the course. But I think it's all on those grinders for me.
And of course, the Black Foils, they are no strangers to being in the final. Hannah, they've got a squad that is loaded with medals, World Championships, America's Cup, you name it.
Yeah, that's right. And they've sort of underperformed in the last few events.
Yep.
So now's definitely the time for them to put that right. It's going to be a tricky race, but they're definitely going to be wanting to put their best performance forward.
The Kiwis have not won since the first event of Season 5. That was in Dubai in Light Breeze. They currently sit in 4th overall, and they are 4 points out of the overall, with the Bons Flying Russo not in this one, so this should mix things up just a little bit. And finally, Spain, Stevie, we've come to know them so well. They did so well in San Francisco, and they are the defending champions from Season 4.
Yeah, and they looked like the form boat at the weekend, didn't they? They've just come off the boil a little bit, but what we have noticed with Diego, Florian, and the whole team really is they do seem to be pretty good at delivering in these finals. So I think, yeah, it's going to need a full performance from them, and they've just not got off the start very well. Only 3 boats now. A lot easier to get off the start well, but perhaps a bit more crucial to be ahead because you're only racing a couple of boats. I think, you know, let's see. New Zealand have won one. Spain have won one. Will it be 6 different winners from 6 events? That would be insane.
Under 90 seconds to go before the start of the event final, we check in down on the water with Lisa Darman. And Lisa, what can you tell us about conditions and who do you like?
I mean, the French are looking so good. New Zealand won here last year, and Spain have just been outstanding all season. So it's a hard one to pick. It's sail your own race, sail the pressure you're in. It's snakes and ladders out here.
So 65 seconds away from the start here in New York City.
Well, Lisa gave us the full coaching smorgasbord of cliches there, didn't she? And all of the ones that you can take on. Basically, as Pete said, this one's not going to be over till it's over.
For the non-sailors out there, Hannah Diamond, snakes and ladders, translate that.
Well, we've been seeing how hard the boats are to sail in these conditions, and the difference in the winds, in the gusts, the lulls is massive. So you can't rest on your laurels. You're going to have to make sure you're sailing the best strategy and as fast as you can around the course.
All right, here we go. It is the final dance in the start box. 30 seconds away from the event final here at the Mubadala New York Sail Grand Prix.
They're all fighting for this downwind end of the line there. Spain and New Zealand, it was tight. Fans are going to get a good view of this. Rolex pole predicts on France. They do have a little bit of space, but they're not foiling. The other 2 boats are up and running. Don't think it'll be hard to get on the foils, but it's going to be hard to judge the start. Spain control New Zealand at the moment. France have got their own bit of space. It is all about timing. Here come the French. They wind it up, but Contant de Lipierre dives for the inside, but is he late? Line's going to go wide. It looks like both teams got it right. What a start by the Spanish. France are out the back. Spain have control at the first mark, and they're going to lead the fleet away.
Guys, what do you want for
Look at the speed, nearly 67 kilometers an hour as they hit 70 now, as they hit mark number 1 at the event final. It will be the Spanish that have the lead, the defending champions from Season 4 and winners of the last race. They are out in front, the Black Foils right behind, and France with some work to do.
Oh, we're on board Mark 1, but that was lovely work by the Spanish. They worked themselves up to give themselves a good exit to Mark 1. Textbook stuff, but they made a little error in the board drop there. New Zealand spin first. New Zealand will put disturbed air onto Spain and expect France to stretch slightly wide on the course and try and minimise manoeuvres. New Zealand now, they've got to put the hammer down, but it's going to be hard to catch the Spanish here. Spain look well lined up for gate 2 at the moment.
Yeah, that's right. And it might be that there's 2 extra manoeuvres for both these boats. We'll have to see what angle they come down. If they can just close those ladder lines down a little bit more, they might be able to make it round to turn left in 1.
There we go, it's a question. I think what he's saying is that when it's tricky to do good manoeuvres, you want to minimise the number of manoeuvres you do. But it looks to me like New Zealand think they've got to do another one. They can't make it in 1. They manoeuvre, Spain manoeuvre first. Oh no, Spain were later to manoeuvre than Burling thought. Would be surprised to see a protest there, but I think the right of way was all okay for Spain then. They just about pushed the limits of the rule, but they got it right. All boats are going to turn right, it looks like here. Great news if you're leading.
And Hannah, you're surprised to see France following the other 2 and not opting for the other side?
Yeah, I am. I think probably they opted for one maneuver just rather than two. So there's definitely on that cusp of can we push or do we need to just put on pressure from behind?
I think for me, in this situation, Todd, we're early in the race, very shifty, a lot to happen. Don't do something that you know is going to be wrong early on in the race. Keep yourself in the fight. Opportunities could come on later. Lisa, what are you seeing out there on the water? Do you like it where the New Zealand boat are headed right now?
Yeah, I really like where New Zealand's heading. In about 30 seconds, they're going to hit a big pocket of pressure, and that's what's going to take them back up to this top gate.
So there are the Blackfoils, winners of last year's event here on the Hudson. We're halfway into leg 3 of 6. This is the event final, winner take all.
Well, it's good news for New Zealand right now. Look, 25 kilometres an hour of wind. They've got nearly 3 kilometres an hour more wind. That should mean more boat speed. We're not seeing it just yet. So the Spanish team have clearly got it set up to go fast on board there. New Zealand will have the right of way when they come back together, but they need the wind to turn in their direction to try and cut down this distance. Accurate manoeuvres, absolutely crucial now, and Spain, well, we don't see them make a lot of mistakes. New Zealand are going to turn, and then Spain will turn right in front of them. Disturbed wind will go onto the New Zealand boat. It's going to be hard for the Kiwis on this leg to make any overtake. Still, only just about getting to the halfway point in the race here, Todd. It's all about accurate manoeuvres still.
You can always tell how tense the situation is by how quick Diego Botín speaks Spanish. He goes in rapid fire.
He does go in rapid fire, but I think he'll be pretty happy now. They're well set up directly in front of the New Zealand boat, putting disturbed wind onto them, and they'll probably be able to guess from here that New Zealand have to turn to the right, so they're going to try and shut that move down. Oh no, they could both go left. This is a big move here by the Spanish. I'm surprised at this. They've made a more complex manoeuvre. This is going to make it tight. They must see more wind there. And the Spanish turning for more wind here, do you think, Lisa?
Real nice, big lead.
Yeah, I think where the Spanish are going, it's just there's so many bullets out here. What I mean by that is that there's thin slivers of extra pressure where Spain is, and where they're going to hit right now, it's going to knock them closer down towards the finish, I mean the mark, and also help them accelerate.
And we have seen that right turn on this second lap be really powerful, so it might be that they're taking a little loss at the bottom to pick up a potential, at the top, sorry, to get a potential gain at the bottom.
Oh, it's a big call though, because you know when you do an extra manoeuvre, for sure you lose some distance. So you've got to be absolutely certain that there's a gain to be found out there. Now these are the best sailors in the world, so you'd assume they are absolutely certain, but it was a big call by the Spanish at this point in the race, and if they've set it up to give New Zealand a split at the bottom, it could be opportunity knocks. Right of way Spain. New Zealand are coming in from the right hand side, but it's Spain with the right of way, and it looks like they've held their lead, maybe even gained. Botin's got it right.
So the Rolex chase time now turns in favor of the Spanish, the Season 4 defending champions, as they turn the tables on the Blackfoils, and they'll get to the DP World Gate first as they make their way leg 4 of 5, make it leg 5 of 6.
And you see left-hand side of the screen, New Zealand are just forcing the issue here. They had to drop 2 boards to get that turn. Always going to be a hard manoeuvre. They got slow doing that, and that could be costly. They felt like this was the time to roll the dice. They had to take a different turn. If they followed Spain, they're definitely behind. You get slow, you're going to lose a lot of distance. They might well lose the French here, and this is just good news for the Spain. Basically, this is a victory walk. We saw Carlos Alcaraz only earlier come back with a victory at Roland Garros to take the French Open in the tennis, with the sort of fighting performance we're seeing from the Spanish right now.
And it's those kind of decisions that they made at that top mark which either kind of set you apart from the rest of the fleet. You've sometimes got to be willing to take that risk.
20 minutes ago, Spain were on the outside looking in fleet race number 6 as they were behind Mubadala, Brazil, to even make it into the event final. They come in as the 3rd place team in the winner-take-all, and the team that won in San Francisco looked to be on their way to claiming back-to-back victories here in Season 5.
Yeah, just one more good manoeuvre, Todd, but they could make a terrible manoeuvre, to be honest, and they'd still be absolutely fine. They're sailing the boat so fast when they're in space. They've just not started well today, but if you're going to do a good start, do it in the last race of the day, do it in the final, get it done, and they've got that done. Here we go, watching on board the Spanish. Can they keep it foiling through here? Looks good for me. First team going to go back to back here, Todd.
You look at their report card for Spain. They started the event off with a 1st place finish. Then they come back with a fourth, and they wrap up day number 1 with a third. On day number 2, they come out with a second. Race number 5, they just really had a terrible performance. They finished in 11th. They bounced back in race number 6 to finish 7th, and that was good enough to get them into the final. And here they are. The Emirates winning moment once again will go to the team of Diego Botín, Florian Trittel, and company. In New York City, Spain will reign supreme.
Vamos indeed.
Coast to coast, the Spanish are winners in San Francisco 77 days ago, and now in New York City.
They're getting pretty good at these finals.
Racing still out on the water. It'll be the black foils just having enough unless Content de la Pierre can turn on the afterburners and make a race to the finish line. But it looks like New Zealand will grab second place.
Yeah, good result for the black foils, and you know, they rolled the dice at the bottom there, didn't they? But it's not cost them anything. I'm sure they would have hated to have come away from this third, but that's a solid one. Good one for France as well. Remember, it's a long race to Abu Dhabi, and all these points add up and count a lot.
Halfway point, and it's New Zealand that finishes second. They finished first last year. That will help them in the overall. They were sitting in fourth. They will certainly move up there. But Spain will be the big winners as they will pick up 10 points. And unfortunately for France, just nothing, not in the mix, Stevie, off the line, as they were unable to get into the fight. It was a great battle in there, but Spain made the right decision. They took a chance, and then they made it stick as they win the Mubadala New York Sail Grand Prix.
Okay.